Hi everyone. Okay, so in this session we will continue our lecture on the ILD. So basically in the previous lecture we have discussed on the example 1, 2 and 3 and in those examples we have deal with the simply supported and the overhanging beam without hinge. So specifically in this example we will develop the ILD for the beam with hinge. Okay, so without further ado, let's discuss in example 4. Okay, so in this example, we will develop the ILD for the reactions at support, which is for the moment reaction at support, and the ILD for the shear force at the point E. Okay, so this beam is supported by the fix at A and the roller at D. Okay, so actually I don't want to use the solution in this slide to discuss the answer. So I would like to use my own handwriting solution, handwritten solution that you can see in this slide in a PDF form. Okay, so don't worry, I'll attach these files together in a Google Classroom with the video in the YouTube that I'm going to upload this later. Okay, so without further ado, let's discuss on this problem by using this solution. Okay, so our objective is to develop both of these diagram, which is the ILD at the support A based on the moment fraction, and the ILD at a point E, so the shear force at the point E. Okay, so when we deal with the beam with hinge, basically at the first step you need to provide the fractions value at support based on two sets. Okay, the first set must be based on the one unit load applied before hinge. Another set is you need to apply one unit load after hinge. Okay, so if you deal with the beam without hinge that you have seen in the example 1 to example 3, so you can realize if you realize only one times of calculation for reaction at support. Okay, but when you have a hinge in a beam, so you need to provide two sets of reaction at support, which is before hinge and after hinge. For instance, here in this example, so you can see that this is the first set where you apply one unit load before hinge. Okay, so find out all the reactions at support, which is VA, VD, MA. Okay, so this is about the usual step to calculate the reaction at support. Okay, by considering the equilibrium equation, three equilibrium equation. So by looking on this solution, you can see that by considering the right hand side of a point C, which is from C to B, so we can solve for the reactions at point D. So this gives us a VD equal to 0 kilonewton, and further considering the summation of force in the vertical, so you can find out that the VA is equal to 1 kilonewton. And by taking moment about point A, so you can solve for the MA reactions where it's equal to X. Okay, so and another set of reactions value at support can be obtained by considering 1 kilonewton load beyond point C. Okay, so and by considering all the summation of by considering all the equation of equilibrium all the equilibrium equations, so you'll get the VD is equal to 0.5x minus 2, VA equal to 3 minus 0.5x, and MA equal to negative 2x plus 12. Okay, so we have a two set of equations. So before hinge and after hinge of 1 kilonewton load. Okay, so the next step, okay, you can develop the ILD diagram for reactions at support A, okay, which is specifically referred to the MA. Okay, so you can see that in this diagram we have two diagram here. So this is a diagram that we need to consider. Okay, what you can see, we consider the diagram before point C. Okay, so what is the difference between both of these diagrams? Okay, so the first is the range 0 to 4, another one is the range of 4 to 8. Okay, So you can see that the difference between both of these diagrams is on the reaction value. Okay, so this is the diagram for the first set of reaction value. So this is a diagram where you can see that in this range the reaction value is based on the second set of step that we have seen in this solution. Okay, so this is a first step of before hinge. So this is a second step after hinge. Okay, so you can see that this is a MA equal to X. So this is a MA equal to negative 2X plus 12. And similarly for the VA. So this is from the first set. This is from the second set. Okay, so the basic concept of ILD. So you need to choose either before point C or after point C diagram. So in this case, the diagrams of ILD has been considered based on the before point C. So we place one unit load before point C. So and in the second diagram, you can see that the same diagram, but here the one unit load has been moved beyond the point C. Okay, so to plot the graph of MA, okay, the ILD for the MA, so you can take a look on this particular table. So the intervals value is based on the x equal to 2 meter. The interval value of x is 2 meter. Okay, so 0 to 8. Okay, so which is the total span of the overhanging beam is 8 meter. Okay, so from 0 to 4. Okay, so from 0 to 4, which is referred to the first range, so you need to use the equation of MA equal to X. So meanwhile, for 4 to 8, okay, 4 meter to 8 meter, so you need to use another set of moment equation which is equal to negative 2x plus 12. So if you recall this, you can see that this is from the first set of step. This is a second set of from the second step of procedure. Okay, so basically this is from the case where we have applied one unit before the hinge. So this is obtained by considering that the one unit load is applied after the hinge. Okay, so and by substituting all these x value into these equations, okay, so you can see that we will obtain the corresponding value of moment. Okay, and so by using this data of x and MA, you can further plot the ILD diagram for MA. Okay, so that's for the ILD for reactions NE. So specifically for the moment reaction. So let's take a look on the ILD for the shear force at a point E. Okay, so this shear force, ILD shear force, a bit complicated. Okay, never mind. You just you just give a full attention on this. Okay. So what you can see here, this is a diagram that I'm going to use to develop the equation of shear force. Okay, before I can draw the ILD for the shear force for the point E. Okay, so what you can see, I have decided in the early of a step that I want to consider the diagrams before point E. Okay, so before point E. Okay, so this is my diagram. Okay, and you can see that they have three different positions of a one point load here. So before point E, and okay, this is a before point E, before hinge. So another position is a before after point E, before hinge. So the third position is after point E and after hinge. Okay, so and the first position is referred to a range of 0 to 3. The second position is referred to 3 to 4, and the third position is referred to a range of 4 to 8. Okay, so our objective is to get the equation of VE. Okay, so basically we have seen that when you apply the one unit load before hinge and after hinge, this will result the different value of reaction at support, which is you have seen that they have a two set. Before hinge, we have our one set. After hinge of a 1 unit load applied, we have another second set. Okay, so due to that, due to the hinge in the beam, so the situation becomes a bit tricky or a bit complex. So never mind. Just look at this particular solution. Okay. So what you can see here, I have noted this VA must be selected based on the position of a 1 unit load. Okay, so which is we have seen it at the first stage, where before hinge and after hinge. Okay, so and what the things is you need to look is the 1 unit load. Okay, since this is our diagram that we will consider in order to get the equation of VE. So the two things that you need to look into is the VA and the availability of this 1 unit load. Okay, let's we look on the range by range. Okay, let's be focused on this particular first range, which is 0 to 3. Okay, so in this range, basically the 1 unit load is available, and VA is consequent from 1 unit load before hinge. Okay, meaning that in this diagram, so we have a 1 unit load, and the VA must be based on the 1 unit load before hinge. Okay, so the equation will be okay, by considering the summation of a force in vertical, we have a VA minus with VE minus with 1 unit load. Okay, so we know that this position of a 1 unit load, which is at this range, is the VA is a before point. Okay, so this range is based on where the 1 unit load is a before point E and before the hinge. So in other words, you need to consider that the VA must be based on the first set. So from the first set, the VA is equal to 1 kilonewton. Okay, so by substituting the value of a VA into this equation, you can see that the VE is equal to 0 kilonewton. Okay, let's we move to another position of a 1 unit load, okay, which is on this particular range, which is a 3 to 4. Okay, so what you can see here, for this position of a 1 unit load, so the condition is after point E, but before hinge. So since this 1 unit load is before hinge, so the VA must be based on the remain the same, must be based on the first set of reaction, which is a VA equal to 1 kilonewton. And okay, but here the diagram that you need to consider in order to get the equation of VE to remain the same. So this diagram A to E, but the availability of this 1 unit load is no longer in the diagram. Okay, so what you can see here, I have noted here. So the 1 unit load is unavailable. The VA consequent from 1 unit load before hinge. Okay, so the equations is equal to what? Okay, is equal to summation of force in the vertical equal to 1 minus VE, where 1 is from a VA. So this is a VE. So 1 unit load here is unavailable. In this range is unavailable. Okay, so and this will produce VE equal to 1 kilonewton. Okay, so this is a second equation. The first equation is VE equal to 0. The second equation from the second range is VE equal to 1 kilonewton. Okay, so let's take a look another position of 1 unit load. Okay, which is 4 to 8. So the last positions. Okay, so in these positions, you can see that the position of 1 unit load is based on the after point E and after hinge. Okay, so but we still remains on this particular diagram A to E to get the equation of a shear force at point E. Okay, so meaning that the VA consequent from 1 unit load after hinge, and the 1 unit load unavailable. Okay, So the equation of shear force at E for this range can be obtained by this. So summation of force in vertical, we have a VA minus VE, where the VA is equal to 3 minus 0.5x, which is from the second set of support calculation. Okay, and 1 unit load is unavailable. So by simplifying this, you can see that the VE is equal to 3 minus 0.5x. Okay, so we have a 3 set of equation for the VE. And the next step, you can get the value of a VE based on the X value. So the interval considered here is they have a 0 to 3. Okay, so it's a mix of interval. So I didn't consider the one value of interval. Okay, so obviously you can see that from 0 to 8, so you can divide it into the 3 range, which is 0 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 8. Okay, so as for 0 to 3, you need to use the VE is equal to 0. Okay, so where you can see that the VE value for this range is 0. For the second range, which is a 3 to 4, you need to use this particular equation, so which is rigidly is equal to 1 kilonewton. So that's why from for this value of a 3 and 4, the value of a VE is equal to 1. Okay, so for third range, which is a 4 to 8, so you need to use this equation of VE, 3 minus 0.5x, and you can see that the value of VE based on this value of x of 468 is equal to 1, 0, negative 1 respectively. Okay, so once you have obtained all this value of x and VE, so you can plot the ILD diagram for VE. So basically you can repeat this, or you can reuse this diagram to get the ME. Okay, you can develop the ILD for ME, but then you need to add up the ME in this diagram, and you formulate the equation of ME based on this 3 range. Okay, so you can try by your own. Okay, since I'm not demonstrate on the moment, the ILD moment at E. Okay, so in addition to that, you may try to develop the ILD for reaction support at A and at D. Okay, so that's it for these sessions. Thank you for listening. See you in the next session.